Bitcoin's giving us some mixed signals today. On one hand, the price just jumped after some good inflation news, but on the other hand, there are worries about a giant Bitcoin sell-off. So what's the real story with Bitcoin? In today's video, we're going to be seeking out the truth behind these confusing signals. We'll be looking at the latest crypto news today and figuring out if it is a good time to buy, sell, or just hold on tight to your Bitcoin. But wait, there's more. We've got some surprising news from overseas. One government just sold a ton of Bitcoin, and some folks think it might actually be good for the price in the long run. Plus, a major crypto exchange is seeing a surge in new users and investment. This could be a sign of a coming Bitcoin boom. So guys, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. First up, did you know that Bitcoin's price recently saw significant gains thanks to the latest consumer price index report? Shortly after the report, Bitcoin's price spiked, but there is a catch. There's a lot of fear around Mt. Gox and a potential sell-off lurking in the background. Here's the problem. The CPI report indicated that inflation might be cooling down, which usually boosts investor confidence. But just when things were looking up, the ghost of Mt. Gox decided to make a spooky appearance. Investors are worried that a massive sell-off from the Mt. Gox trustees could send the Bitcoin price crashing. Year-on-year and month-on-month CPI both came in 0.1% lower than forecast, leading to a positive reaction across both crypto and the US stock markets. Nonetheless, the initial gains proved short-lived, with the BTC USD pairing quickly erasing the $1,000 it had initially added. The 60 to 61.6k range is where the strongest resistance lies, due to horizontal and weekly 21 EMA barriers. It's essential to stay up to date with Bitcoin news today and monitor the market for any signs of sell-off. Historically, Bitcoin has shown resilience, and this time might be no different. But instead of panicking, consider this a potential buying opportunity. After all, who doesn't love a good discount? Next, let's talk about the German government completing a massive Bitcoin sell-off. With this out of the way, everyone's asking, will the Bitcoin price skyrocket to $75,000 now? Spoiler alert, we might not be there just yet, but we should probably put our moon boots on standby. The problem here is straightforward. Governments selling off large amounts of Bitcoin can create market panic. It's like having a giant whale decide to belly flop in a kiddie pool. The impact can be huge. The German government continued with its Bitcoin sell-offs on Thursday. The government sent its stash to different exchanges and addresses associated with OTC desks. After depositing hundreds of Bitcoins to Kraken, Bitstamp, Coinbase, and Cumberland, among others in the past few days, the German government currently holds 9.92 thousand Bitcoins, worth approximately $577 million. As a result, the German government has lost its billionaire status in terms of Bitcoin holdings, thus dramatically reducing its overall selling pressure in the crypto industry. The ongoing Bitcoin sell-offs by the German government has coincided with the distribution of the Mt. Gox repayments of about $9 billion. The notable Bitcoin sell-offs by the German government has weighed heavily on the mid-term bullish outlook. According to the latest crypto oracles, the total crypto market cap has slipped from nearly $2.8 trillion last month to around the $2.26 trillion at the point of recording. The Fear and Greed Index, which currently hovers around 28, suggests heightened fear of further capitulation ahead. Bitcoin's price has gradually been losing its bullish momentum over the past 4 months. Although the flagship has been forming a possible bullish flag, the correlation between Bitcoin's price action and major stock indexes, led by the S&P 500, has significantly declined in the past month. The correlation between Bitcoin's price action and major stock indexes has surged in the past years, fueled by the heightened adoption of institutional investors. Additionally, the notable crypto regulatory frameworks led by the Markets in Crypto Assets (MiCA) in Europe has significantly synchronized the crypto and stock markets amid the ongoing tokenization of real-world assets. Bitcoin is at a major crossroads that could either lead to a continued rally towards new all-time highs or further capitulation towards $50,000. Bitcoin has has already slipped by more than 12% in the past 4 weeks to hover around the $56,700 at the point of recording. From a technical standpoint, Bitcoin must reclaim the 200-day moving average as a support level to invalidate further capitulation ahead. Furthermore, BTC has been forming a possible double top coupled with a bearish divergence on the weekly relative strength index. For more on Bitcoin's technical analysis, check out my latest Bitcoin TA video in the pinned comment below. So patience is key. The market might wobble a bit, but large sell-offs like these are often absorbed over time. With the sell-off nearing completion, we could see a potential period of stability, paving the way for potential growth. So while $75,000 sounds exciting, let's not quit our day jobs just yet. Moving on, let's dive into the speculators world. Speculators are currently holding 2.8 million BTC, making this the worst performing price cycle. Ouch. That's gotta sting more than a crypto meme gone wrong. The problem here is that speculators can create volatility. When they hold on to a large amount of Bitcoin, it can lead to unpredictable market movements. It's like trying to guess which way the squirrel is going to run. You just never know. Bitcoin may be experiencing its heaviest drawdown in the current bull market, but its diamond hands are showing no signs of panicking. For Glassnode, if we take a look at performance indexed to the date of Bitcoin's halving, we can see that the current cycle is one of the worst performing. This is despite the market breaching to a new all-time high prior to the Bitcoin halving event in April, which was the first time in BTC history that this has happened. In contrast to some well-known capitulation events in Bitcoin's recent history, Glassnode shows the long-term holders are sitting on their BTC. Even the recent trip to 4-month lows of 53,500 for the BTC USD pairing failed to shake their resolve. Diversification and informed decisions. Instead of relying solely on speculative moves, look into Bitcoin's technical analysis and make educated guesses. Remember, even in the worst cycles, Bitcoin has historically bounced back, so keep calm and trust the process. Next up, some good news. The SEC has dropped its enforcement action against Paxos. This could have significant implications for the crypto space, particularly for Bitcoin. Regulatory action can create a lot of uncertainty in the market. When the SEC gets involved, it's like having your boss walk into the office and watch you work over your shoulder. I guess there's always time for solitaire later. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission intends to drop its investigation into stablecoin issuer Paxos and not file an enforcement case. According to the acting chief of the Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit, the SEC will not recommend an enforcement action against Paxos over the Binance USD token, the BUSD for those who are not familiar. In February 2023, Paxos received an SEC Wells notice claiming that BUSD was an unregistered security and that the platform violated federal securities laws. Paxos Trust Company has always maintained that its USD-backed stablecoins are not securities under federal securities laws and that the Wells notice was unwarranted and unjustified. The SEC dropping its investigation followed several court rulings against the regulator over its pursuit of certain tokens as securities. In July 2023, a federal judge ruled in the SEC versus Ripple case that the XRP token was not a security in regards to programmatic sales of digital assets exchanges. In June 2024, the judge overseeing the SEC's case against Binance cited the Ripple ruling and dismissed the claim related to BUSD. Regulatory clarity is always a good thing. With this action dropped, we can expect a more stable environment, pun intended, for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. This could lead to a positive momentum and attract more investors who were previously hesitant. So it's time to pop that crypto champagne. Responsibly, of course. Finally, let's talk about BitGet's impressive Q2 2024 performance. They've seen massive capital inflows and user growth, signaling strong market confidence. Crypto exchange BitGet reported a $700 million capital inflow and increased website traffic for the second quarter of 2024. The company observed a 50% increase in traffic over the previous quarter and claimed to have attracted 10 million monthly visitors in quarter two. Furthermore, the exchange said it had 2.9 million new users and witnessed a 10% increase in its spot trading market volumes compared to Q1. The exchange also reported a rise in funds. The company mentioned that its Bitcoin holdings have increased by at least 70%. Bitcoin holdings increased by 73%, while USDT and ETH saw 80 and 153% increases respectively. BitGet claims that this equates to around $700 million in capital inflows. The exchange also highlighted that its proof of reserves (POR) report shows ratios above 100% for all major assets. On its website, the company reported holding more than 100% of cryptocurrencies compared to user funds. Meanwhile, the company said that its protection fund is also valued at over $420 million. The company claims that this adds additional securities for its users. As you guys know, BitGet is one of my go-to platforms for trading, both for spot and for futures. If you haven't yet signed up to BitGet, now is a great time to explore what they have to offer. Check out the link in the description down below and claim your welcome bonus for joining BitGet. Terms and conditions apply, of course. BitGet's growth is a good indicator of market health. For us, it means more liquidity and better trading opportunities. If you're looking to buy or trade Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, platforms like BitGet could offer the tools you need to succeed. Just remember to do your own research and trade wisely. Now, let's hear from you. Drop your questions and comments down below. What do you think about the latest CPI report? How do you feel about the German government sell-off? And what's your Bitcoin price predictions for the coming months? Guys, if you haven't done so yet, click here for my latest technical analysis on Bitcoin, where I share my BTC price predictions.